good evening, my beautiful people. I hope you've had a beautiful week. I hope your Saturday has been going okay. Welcome back to this week's show of the Art Club Show, and you're very welcome. As always, I'll be having a new guest that I will introduce to you people. We'll always be having a good time, one-on-one, and hapa kule just getting to learn new things about the art industry, about people who are in it, and all of that. Remember that you can get us on our social media, that is at GBS TV Africa. You can also get us on YouTube at GBS TV Africa. You can also get the lengthy, unedited, uncut version of this interview on at GBS TV Africa on YouTube. Remember, you can also text us on our SMS line, that is at 21144. And always feel free to talk to us, send us your comments, your questions. We'll be here for you. Thank you so much. I am your host for today, Val Wanyoike, and tune in.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back, my good people. I hope you're doing okay. I would love to have this pleasure to introduce to you this guest for today, who is a really close friend of mine, and I'm really happy to just have him here in studio. He is really lovely at his profession, but I will let him introduce himself and let you know what he's all about. So for today's session, guys, my guest for today is the one and only.
Of course, it's your boy Ian Baraka. Some of the people out here call me DC the Dark Cappuccino. I don't know. Kitako neza nita kwako. But yeah, nah, that's not me. That's not mine. But either way, I'm either Ian or DC the Dark Cappuccino.
Thank you so much, Ian, for being here with us in studio. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming through.
It's an honor to be in
Thank
your
you
presence,
so much.
seeing what you do. It's amazing.
Guys, so Ian is a really talented dancer.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want him to talk a bit about his craft. I don't know if we've really had somebody who moves here, we've had a physical dancer on the show, but here we are, guys. We have one today, and every question maybe you might be having about dance or something, I've tried to curate it in a proper way, and we'll just get into it. So Ian,
what's up?
Are you shy? Are you good in front of the camera?
In fact, this is my camera.
Yeah.
You know, I like the camera. The camera loves me, so I don't know. I feel like, actually, I don't feel like I know I'm not shy of the camera. First of all, besides that, I love being on the camera because my profession revolves around that, you know? So either way, I have to love the camera, and the camera has to love me at the end of the day.
That's really good.
Yeah.
You just ooze confidence, by the way. Dancers have something about them.
But it doesn't just come from nowhere. It grows.
Yeah.
Me back in 2018 is not the same Ian in 2022 as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me to stand in front of the camera and probably do one of my dances that I usually do, you know, because sometimes you see me wilding in the streets. I can record, these days I can record anywhere.
Yeah.
You name it. You can tell me right now, record of it, dance for us in front of the camera. I wouldn't hesitate, you know.
Whoa.
So before 2018, I couldn't do that because I didn't have the confidence. That's when I started having the passion of dance and knowing that, this is what I really want to do. So it comes and it starts growing, but slowly, patient, and it'll definitely get there.
Okay, I get that. I get that. That's really, really, really amazing.
Yeah.
What would you describe as your style of dance?
Well, I mainly focus on Afrobeats. For those who know me, I go by Afrobeats most of the time.
Yeah.
And of course, sometimes I try Amapiano. I'm also good at that. I don't know. Probably they can check my page and they can tell me if I'm actually good in
For
Amapiano. But I
sure.
feel like I'm actually good at my piano. So it starts with Afrobeat, Amapiano. Then, sometimes I do try a bit of Gengetone, Odi dance. Here and
Yes.
there, you gotta still rep the country.
I've seen that. Yeah,
you
you
know,
gotta rep.
as much as I'm wearing a Jamaican flag here, but I'm still Kenyan all the way.
Yeah. So when was the first time where you were like, okay, I like to dance? When was the first time you realized that you can dance, or you thought, oh, I'd love to start dancing?
hmm Well, I won't be one of those people who come on the set and they're like, you know what? I started realizing I could dance from the age of 3, from the time I came up from my mom's womb. Nah, that's a lie. That's cap. What I can say is, for me, I only started focusing on dance from 2018 when I joined USIU. That's when my passion grew. That's when I actually figured out, you know what, this is what I want to venture into. But before that, yes, I did dancing, but it's not dancing for competition or in front of people. Yes, I did do that as a kid because, if you're brought up in an African home, you know very well if you go for African gathering, like family gatherings and all that, there's a specific time where the kids are called around, told to
Yeah.
dance for the parents. You're told you'd win a 20 shillings, 20 bob
Yeah.
up for you. That time back then, you'd see 20 bob, you're like, hey, 20
It is
bob, you
the
can buy a
day.
pot core, like, I would know, like about 40 of them, crisps, but either way. So that's when I started dancing, but I didn't really think this is where I'd be, 10 years to come.
Okay, that's really, really amazing, by the way. Honest,
Mhm.
that's good.
Yeah.
But again, when did you feel that, how can I ask this? When did you feel that dancing for you was something important, something that you can give your time to? Because honestly, I feel like I see a video of you dancing, which is really amazing. You're very consistent.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate it.
right now, even in this game of content creation, you're
Mhm.
told consistency is better than anything else. It's like this beats me every time. But consistency is even better than the person who has like really amazing content
Yeah,
but only
true.
produces it
Very
like
true.
once a month, you get?
Mhm.
Yeah, so what made you feel that, okay, I want to give my time to dancing?
Well, it got to a point where I was not just dancing for, oh, I want to get a free ticket because
Yeah.
when you're dancing it's for school, you're
True.
getting a free ticket for like entry in different events and all that. But for me, it got to a point where I was dancing, and when I'm dancing I feel good. After I'm done dancing, I feel happy. You can't really ruin my mood at that moment. I'm really happy when I'm dancing, especially when I'm at the dance floor. I'm enjoying my craft. So it got to a point where that's where I got to know I can release all the bad energy, all the stress, the tension that I have during the day. Because I used to go for dance practice every other day from Monday to Thursday from 3 to 5 when I was freshman. When I joined USIU, like I said, in 2018. So it got to a point like mid-year, I figured out, you know what, I really want to do this because every time I'd record, post, and get the engagement, it made me feel some type of way, some type of euphoria, You feel nice. So I felt nice whenever I was dancing and posting my videos, and just like that, I decided, you know what, this is what I'm going to be using to channel all the bad energy when I feel stressed, when I'm tensed. That's what I do.
That's really, really deep, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like also taking something that you feel so good about, and
Mhm.
it helps you to get out of the bad situations or the bad
Yep.
feelings that you have.
Yeah, just
That's
like the way some people would use music or
yeah.
reading books or talking to someone. For me personally, I'm an introvert, so that's where I'd go. Dance is my everything at this time. It's like what I breathe, eat, and
That's really, really
consume every
lovely.
other time.
I love that. That's a really strong way to like put it, also as a way, not only a hobby, but it also helps you to engage and be like, you know, just get yourself out of your head sometimes and everything.
Very true.
Yeah. Do you do anything else apart from dancing? Are you a student? Are you working? Are you doing anything else?
Yeah, so just like I said, I joined USIU in 2018, so I'm still a student.
Yes.
Majoring in journalism, of course. And besides that, I am a professional choreographer and a dancer. So people can call me up, you know, hit me up if you want to get some few lessons from your boy DC, the dark cappuccino. But on top of that, I am also a radio host at USIU Africa.
Oh, that's really, really lovely.
Yeah.
You have the voice, if I can mention by the way, you're like really eloquent and
Yeah.
just your bass is really, really good.
Thank you so much. And in fact, if I could actually plug our show, The Rebel Show, you know how we do it. But you can always catch us if you're living around Reisambu, because it's a community radio, so
Yeah.
it doesn't go past the radius of 5 kilometers. So you can
Yeah.
always catch us if you're around Reisambu, Kasarani area. That's every Thursday, 3 to 6 p.m.
Guys, you've heard it. Make sure to tune in to their show. The
Yeah.
Rebel Show is such an amazing show, by the way, and he's such an amazing host.
Thank
They
you so
always have jamming stories, amazing stories to talk about. So,
Mhm.
yeah, tune into that one. I'm sure you won't be bored at all.
For sure.
What is your biggest strength as a dancer?
Well, my biggest strength as a dancer is the fact that with the craft that I have, I know I put a smile on someone's face.
Yeah.
So that's the strength that I have. I know I can change someone's mood. I can impact someone in a different way. I've interacted with people who told me, you know, I can't dance. I'm telling them, it's all in your head. It's a mindset. You know, if you
Yeah.
tell yourself, at the end of the day, power of the mind. If you tell your mind, I can't dance, I can't dance. If you tell yourself, I want to get this, you will definitely go for it and get the best out of it, you know?
Yeah.
So I worked with some few people who I told, you know, it's all about the mindset. They told me I can't dance, and I just told them, no, just follow me. I'm telling you, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, move, and just like that.
They got
ends
it.
up- yeah, and so I changed their lives, and when I see them smiling, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel some sense of achievement. I feel like I've changed someone's life. I've
I
made
totally
an
get
impact.
it. Yeah.
So yeah, that's my strength.
Because dancing does bring joy, by the way. You find like even in clubs and in parties,
You know.
there will always be that spot where people gather to just like get down and
Yeah,
dance.
exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, dance is a really, really important art.
It's an art at the same time. Like I said, it's therapeutic because
Yeah.
you get to blow off some steam. That's
Yeah,
why people be
true.
dancing in the clubs. You know, people be dancing in the streets anywhere. If you for your content, anywhere you want to dance. you
True,
just
true,
dance.
true.
It's
I get
therapeutic
that.
at the
That's
end of the
that's
day.
really, really amazing.
Mhm.
What else? You said you do school,
Mhm.
but what else do you like doing apart from dancing as a hobby?
As a hobby,
Yeah.
wow, I've never been asked that. But
Yeah.
Because every time I just say dancing is because that's like I said, it's my everything at
Yeah.
this point. But besides dancing, well, I would tell you swimming, but I haven't swam in a minute. So, but I used to swim competitively back in primary school, back in high school.
Oh,
But high
nice.
school is when I got Vitukwa ground different. That's
Yeah,
all I can
why?
say. Yeah, I ended up swimming with Kenya team. The Kenya team, swim
Mhm.
team. I thought I could swim, but out there,
You met the sharks.
The sharks. I thought I was, nah, but I met the sharks in the water because, well, let me say, they showed me something. They
Yeah.
showed me something. But from there, I knew that definitely I need to work on that. But besides that, I just love swimming for fun, you know.
That's really amazing. I love swimming too.
And also, on top of that, I do love drawing. I need to get back to drawing also. I haven't done that in a minute, so.
Oh, by the way, if I don't know, but I usually say like if somebody says like I love to draw, the immediate thing is I want to see your drawing book and like that's when you're like okay, I haven't been there for a while, but
Yeah, I haven't been there for a while, so I'll work on it. Then hopefully, inshallah, next time if you guys have me in my show, I'll have something scribbled.
Yeah,
down there,
right?
Then I can bring it on set with me.
I think if you like doing something like that, you should just like get like a small drawing book and always like keep it with you, so that even when you're bored and like, oh, I can just, then it really like gets you back in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What things do you do to like keep fit? I know if you're a dancer, by the way, I know even if there's those like plus size dancers, they're usually very, very like, they can really like stretch their body and
Yeah.
all of that.
They're
Like
physically
they are
fit, you know?
physically fit.
Their moves they're doing, you're like,
You're
what?
like, how can you twist your body like that?
Mhm.
So, in what ways do you keep fit?
Well, personally, I keep fit just by doing the basic exercises. You know,
Mhm.
sometimes you want to do press ups, you know, body weight exercises, because that's for people who can't really, you don't have time for the gym, but you know,
Yeah.
you can push in some push ups here, there, squats, probably planks here and
Yeah.
there, just to keep fit and also to give you that stamina. Sometimes I go for runs. I have a dog. I take my dog for a walk. We
Oh,
go for a
yeah.
run. So it also helps with the stamina because sometimes you find yourself you have to perform for more than, say, there's a time I performed, the longest set I had was 14 minutes of constant dancing.
What?
It was crazy. So, yeah, I work out like that, basically just doing side workouts. But at the end of the day, dance in itself is working out because it's just like cardio.
Yeah.
You're breaking a sweat there. So when you're dancing, at the end of the day, you're still doing cardio. So all I can say is it's all about practice, practice, practice. Those plus size people you see moving like that, it's
Yeah.
not that they just woke up and, yeah, probably they were struggling when they started, but then, you know, it's all about the muscle memory. You do it over and over and over again, it becomes a part of you.
Muscle memory.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense,
Mm.
especially in choreography where
Mhm.
you're repeating steps,
Yeah.
and sometimes there are many.
Because
Yeah.
sometimes you can even see these road shows. You can see these dancers who usually dance
Yeah.
together. You see them. There's a different song being played, but you see them moving together in synchrony. You're like, it's all about the muscle memory. Once you do a move consistently every other time with your crew alone, there's a way it'll be working out with any other song. And also with dance, it's all about not just this is the choreography to this dance, to this song, but it's all about this choreography and how am I listening to the beats and how am I interpreting the beats and the beats and the moves and combining them together, because at the end of the day I can take a choreography that I made to, for example, Mufasa by Techno. That's a different song, and I can take the same choreography and still dance to it with another song. That's when you know you're starting to master the craft of dancing, you know, because you're not just dancing but you're also feeling the beat. Dancing is all about feeling the beat and knowing what comes next.
I've always wondered by there how are they constantly like having steps that are alike,
You know?
even for different songs, and it's like for every new song they can still do the
Do
same
the
thing.
same thing and you're like, and it's different moves and it's it's a combination of moves, but they do it together, you
Yeah.
know? So it's all about just practice, muscle memory, it sticks and it becomes a part of you.
There's a day I tried to get into like a dance. It was choreography, and
Yeah?
for my life's sake, like I couldn't get, each time they like switched to another like dance, it was all like confusion. Yeah, so I really appreciate that you guys actually like exercise and, you know, put thought into your work, because it's hard. Like
Yeah.
looking at it is just hard.
It is, but also it's not if you look at it as something as you love. At the end of
Yeah.
the day, if it's not something you love, then you need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what do you really love. So if you really
True.
love dancing and you tell yourself, you know what, I want to learn how to dance, I want to do dance, then trust me, it will work out and you won't ever feel like it's work.
True.
At the end of the day, do you feel like it's work when you come to the studio to do your thing? You feel like I feel like you're always flowing. Do you feel like it's work?
Yeah, it's flowing, by the way. If you really love doing something, it flows.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. What would you describe was the best show you've ever been on and you've ever performed on? And what did it teach you?
It would be my best show that I ever performed in. That would be just before COVID. That was 2019. It was the last Mr. and Miss USIU we were having, and trust me, we had prepped for that thing because when I joined dance club in USIU, the likes of Lynn Brielle, Ashley Kamau, these are people who brought me up to become who I am this day. They pushed me. They saw potential in me. So back then, we were really training so hard. You know, when it's for a performance, they would even call you names in studio. But shout out to them because it was that toughness that made us, or me, who I am today. So it was around 2019. We were about to prepare for this. We were preparing actually for the Mr. and Miss performance, and I'd say that was the longest and best performance I had. Although we were cut short because it was really long. We were given a time slot of 5 minutes. We pushed it. It was a 14 minutes performance, and trust me, we were breaking the sweat. It was crazy. The shouts, the cheers, and all that. You know, it's an adrenaline you look forward to. You really wanna get into at any other time, because what else would you rather do if not what you really love? So for me, that's the adrenaline I really love, and I really enjoyed that performance because as much as it was cut short at 10 minutes, we did our best.
Wow, that seems so intense, by the way. I can imagine Mr. and Miss Yours are usually the crowd is massive and people are like so super hyped up.
Very.
What would be like a really good lesson that you learned from that, or something you really appreciated from that?
Well, I'd say I appreciate the fact that, I got to share the stage with my dance teachers. They're the same people who brought me up. That was the last time we were performing with them, because after that, COVID came in.
Yeah.
So I didn't appreciate it back then, but sitting back right now, I look back at it and I'm like, you know what? I'm really grateful that the last set we had was a banger. It was amazing,
True.
And also the love you get from the fans is always,
Yeah.
So
It's a lot.
takeaway. Yeah, it's really nice.
Do you think that a dancer has traits? Do you think that there's something that each and every dancer should have? What are some of those things?
Well, first of all, as a dancer, you need the patience. I'm not going to lie to you that there are moves that I just wake up. For example, there's Zanku that came out. I didn't know how to do it. It's patience. You start and the dedication comes in. Of course, if you have it, then the patience will, of course, be there. If you have the dedication, you have the patience. So it starts with dedication. You need the dedication that follows by patience. Patience, it makes you know that, you know what, as much as I don't have it now, I tried it. Tomorrow, I'm still going to try. You see, those two work hand in hand. Dedication, patience. You're like, tomorrow it didn't work. Again, and again, until you get it. I didn't know some couple moves. Some moves definitely gave me a bit of a challenge here and there, but then just practicing that enabled me to always get the move that I really want to get. Yes, I'm not going to lie, I know all the moves that are out there, but yeah. Another thing I'd say is hardworking. You need to be hardworking as a dancer. You cannot just say, especially, but it also depends with what you want to do. Personally, if you're trying to make money with your craft, like for example, like I want to do or like I do, you definitely need to put in the work. You cannot just say, I want to get money with dance and you're chilling.
Yeah.
You have to put in the work, look for brands, post more content each and every other day. So it's all about the consistency and hard work. Now, here going hand in hand. So you need to be a hard worker, you need to be a patient man or woman, gender balance. And another thing I'd say is be open. Be open for to anything. As a dancer also, it's sad to say this, but in Kenya as we speak, talent still, or like dance is still not seen as, something that can still like pay properly. But if you go to places like the States, you see the likes of, what's his name? I've forgotten this guy's name, but he made it real big in Beyonce's video.
Yeah, the backup dancers, yeah?
So it's really crazy how dancers are not really making money here. But hopefully in the near future, we'll get to a point where like dancers now will be getting the big cuts out there when it comes to music videos. So you need to be open as a dancer because you do not know who you're going to meet out there. But also, I'm saying you need to be open because you might meet someone who brings an offer to you and probably it's not an offer you really like. And what I'd say is you need to weigh in your options. So you be open. Don't say immediately, no, I don't want this offer. This is not me, As you're growing, you're also learning. So what you'll do is weigh in your options. If you need someone to also advise you, go get some advice on the side, and then and then after weighing in your options, now you're like, okay, fine, let me take this. It may not be what I really wanted, but it may be opening other doors for me, So that's being open. So I'd say that being patient, being a hard worker, and being open. That's how I live by.
Those are really, really strong combinations, by the way, to have. I feel like these combinations could work in like a lot more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. As a dancer, you need to be also very, very disciplined.
Very disciplined. Also, there's discipline. Yeah.
Yeah, if you need to like go for practice or things like that, it's very important that you remain constant and all of that. So I admire that about you. By the way, you're also very polite and respectable person. So that's really good.
Thank you.
Have you ever been like performing sometime and you just like forget a dance step? And it was like a whole show that you practiced on, and maybe you're performing somewhere.
Yeah.
Have you ever like forgotten a dance step, and like what usually happens when that happens?
Oh yes, trust me, it happens. At the end of the day, we're all humans.
Yeah.
So mistakes are bound to happen. It's happened before to me. That was when I was a freshman. We were having our performance, and of course I messed up. But the beauty about it is, with dance, when you're on set or like on the stage, you don't have time for, I messed up. We start again. No. All you need to do is compose yourself. You know this routine. You've messed up, do it, but quickly recover. They call it quickly recovering when we're dancing. So quickly recover, and just, yes, you might have messed up, but go with the next move. Flow with it, you know? That's how I do. So I've ever messed up once on stage, but I quickly, bounce back. That's all I can say. Just learn how to bounce back.
You really need to have that
quick. And also, as a dancer, you need to be quick. Very quick. In case your partner ends up messing up, you need to know, they've messed up, so I don't mess up with them. And also, one secret about performing is you already know the choreography. You already know the routine. You practice and practice and practice. The secret is look forward. Do not look at your partner. You might look at your partner and they mess up and you mess up with them. I learned the hard way when I was on one of my performances. When I was starting to come out to be the person that I am today, I used to have that tendency of, I'm not looking, for example, even if it's like recording in a video, I'm not really looking directly at the camera. I would be looking at my partner to see their moves, to keep up with them, But once you trust in yourself and you trust in your partner, then the energy just flows and everything just works out. And so it applies when you're doing in front of a camera, when you're performing in front of like a whole audience, it applies everywhere. Just keep your focus. You already know that. And remember what I said, muscle memory.
Yeah,
it's just that panic that you usually have. Because I won't lie, whenever the camera is in front of me, the minute they hit record, that used to be my problem. The minute they hit record, I still suffer from that, but the minute they hit record, I don't know where the moves go.
It's just a shock.
Exactly, So I'm still working on that, but I can say the secret to that is assume that camera is not there.
Yeah.
You just dance envision yourself in your own room, in your own element, in your own aura. You're just dancing, being free. So yeah, I'm still working on that, but that's the secret to that. And also when performing, the secret would also be when performing, because their lights coming towards you. You don't want to look to the audience. You might look at your friend and they're like, oh, yeah. And then you mess up.
Yeah.
So you just want to look at the lights or something to focus on. Just do your thing. Do your thing.
That's tricky. I feel like my mind is usually like everywhere most of the time. So just like, and then I forget everything. I just end up forgetting everything.
Yeah.
Wait, this is the other question that I have before we move to that other question. Do you prefer performing live, like in front of an audience, or do you prefer to take a recording and then post it on your page online? Which one for you like really makes it?
Can I say I like both? Because I like the thrill that comes with performing on stage, and also like, posting my content at the end of the day, because I need to push my content. I like being in front of the camera. Like I said, I'm also practicing to become that A-list journalist out there. So me practicing and always shooting in front of a camera, that's just me practicing. So I love doing that on any other day. But when it comes to performances, like I have a show every other week. So when it comes, it comes. So I like a bit of both. Balance for me.
So when it comes, you take the opportunity.
I take it and run with it. Murife with it.
Murife.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of performing? Like, you're performing in front of an audience.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of it? Is it the beginning to when you get the news, to when you're doing the whole practice and all of that, to the performance, to the after? What is your favorite part about it?
When preparing for a show?
Yeah. Like, what's the favorite part about performing?
Performing. The favorite part would be once that moment you're done and you're like, you know what, I did it. And the cheer that you're getting from the crowd, they're just, or if they know you, but or like if the whole team, then they're like just cheering you guys on. That's my highlight of performing.
After like everything
The
has
love.
gone okay.
Yeah.
Like
love.
you've beaten it, people are cheering. But I can't imagine the feeling when like no mistakes have been made during and everybody just went with it and it was like a success.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, it's not like there's some sets which you can do and it's perfect, but 9 out of 10 times there'd be some time when you'd find 9 out of 10 of the times you'd find that yes, the choreography is gonna go well, but that one moment sometimes it may go wrong.
Yeah.
But when it goes wrong, you just need to know how to bounce back, like I said.
The quick comeback.
Quick comeback, get back to it, and boom.
That's
But my
really
highlights would be the cheer, the love that you get once you're done. And especially because I'm not going to lie, there's sometimes you can perform to some audiences and shock on you. Because there's this one time I was actually practicing, not really practicing, but we had a performance and the audience we did not expect that from the audience. So you're out there doing the most, putting in the work. The audience is watching you like, this is dance, imagine.
Oh my God.
This is dance.
And there's music.
Then someone talks to their friend.
Ah.
So, and you're dancing. You know, when you're dancing, you expect people to be cheering you on, But, that performance
Oh my goodness.
was one to remember. So there's definitely the highs and lows. There's the good moments.
Yeah.
And there's the bad moments. But the good moments I live for. The bad moments, you learn from them as well. You also need to, as a performer, one thing you need to know is also learn the audience you're going to perform for. So I think probably we just need to do our research on that audience because it was, I'd say it was people in the age bracket of probably 25 to 35. I don't know, but still, I feel like those are young people.
Those are young people. Yeah, and I don't know. It's so funny to like you're there dancing, and then you're seeing people like.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, you would be like, guy. It would take you. It would bring you down.
It would drain you. So as a performer, as much as you don't get the cheers that you get, even as an art, someone who as a musician, because I've seen musicians who would perform. And the whole audience is talking. Or the audience is talking. Probably.
Exactly.
The audience is just there talking. So
you just mentioned that, and I remembered Zuchu, who is the Tanzanian songstress. Like 47
she was
people.
In the States.
Exactly, Texas.
Texas.
It's where actually you were living, right? There was a point where you were actually out of the country. So there were like 47 people who came to her show. Mm-hmm. It was like a whole big thing. So, and she still performed and she talked about it, saying how I just really had to like go on no matter how bad I felt. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, true. At the end of the day, you still need to do what you came to do. Yeah. Even if you had a performance, and what people don't know is that as an artist that we actually go through a lot of emotional damage sometimes. You've put in the work, you've made sure this thing is perfect for these people, the audience, but they don't show up. Probably you get a turn up of 2 people. Still perform for those 2 people because at the end of the day, they pay. Make sure they get their money's worth, So it doesn't mean that just because the crowd was dead when you were performing, that it means that probably that wasn't a good performance. It can be a good performance.
Yeah.
But it's just all about learning to accept the outcome, because it can go either way. It can go south, it can go north. Anything can happen when it comes to performance. So just be ready for that. And also with dancers and performers and any other kind of performer in any art space and all that. So they need to know that it's all about working on your brain, working on your mental state,
Yeah.
and knowing that, you know what, it may not go as planned, but still I'm okay and I'm doing what I love.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true. That's really, really lovely. The way you think about it, by the way, sometimes things may not always work out the way you want to.
Yeah, true.
But sometimes even that, even those two people who have come, in their mind, they were coming out of their houses, like coming to see you. So
Yeah, true.
yeah, you have to do what you have to do.
At the end of the day, I'm sure even on days when you are sick and you don't even want to come on set,
Yeah.
you still have to pull through for the what? For the audience.
True.
So it's all about the audience at the end of the day, and also it's all about what you love to do.
Yeah.
Are you sick? Yes, sure. But do you really love this? Yes, I love this. I'm gonna get out of bed and still go on set. I might have a cold, but I'm doing what I love. I'm doing it for the audience at the end of the day. If I fail them, I lose my numbers. If I fail them, I lose their trust.
True.
For those two people who came to your set, if I fail them, you've lost two
You've
followers.
lost now everyone. Yeah.
You lost everyone. So regardless, keep strong, keep doing what you got to do to make sure that you focus on what you love and give it your all.
That's really, really powerful. I love the way you put it. And actually thinking about it, showbiz, every line of work has its difficulties. And I just feel like we should acknowledge everyone and every part that they are working on and acknowledge that, okay, things sometimes don't go as well. Because you'd think that, okay, dancers, like, let's say in a music video, you might not see the entire effort they made for this music video to turn out good.
Yeah.
Maybe you just had the audio, but there's a whole team of dancers who worked. So it's really, really good that you think about things in that way.
Yes.
I have another question. When you have like, how do you practice for choreography? Like things that it's a large group, and all of you need to have like the same movement and all of this. Like, do you guys practice like in how will I say? Do you guys like practice in groups, or do you do it like as a big group and like just everybody just like watches and you have to like get it?
Well, when it comes to working with a big group for a performance that's
Yeah.
upcoming, for example, like the Mr. and Miss event that we're having
Yeah.
on Friday, it starts with the choreographer. He's the creative. He's the driver of the whole ship. So as a choreographer, I'd take some time, look for a song, and it's a process. It comes with inspiration as well.
Yeah.
With dance, you just don't say, oh, I want this. Also, yes, it's inspiration, true, but also your inspiration also link it to, remember, who are you trying to serve? The audience.
Yeah.
So yes, it's your inspiration and you like it, but also like now, yes, I found what inspires me, but does the audience like it? So gauge it. If it doesn't, take it out. Vibe, listen to more songs. If it's a pair with what's actually currently trending and you're vibing with it, now that's where you go. You start from there. You start creating the choreography, you come together, you meet with the crew. When you meet with the crew, I like working with everyone together. I don't want to have to teach this group first, this group next, you
Yeah.
know? So when we're here together, I call the whole group, we meet up, we dance together, and of course I just teach them. And yeah, it's better always teaching them together and them learning together, and so that if someone is lagging behind, they're like, you know what, I don't understand this move, I can't really do it.
Yeah.
They tell you, and then you'd address it, and then just like that, you learn. You guys are going together. Also, because you'd find someone who's slacking on that move. There's also someone else slacking on that move, and they're not saying. So, you know, you all learn together. The more you do it, everyone is learning at the end of the day. It's a learning curve. So all of us, I like all of us to move together so that by the end of the day, we've achieved the same goal.
Okay, so that's your process of memorizing choreographies. It's like going, checking out videos, practicing, coming, sharing.
Checking out videos, definitely. You cannot stay up to date with just assuming, yes, I'm a good dancer. Fine, you've been told you're a good dancer and all that by many people out there. kudos to you.
Yeah.
But what are you doing to stay? What are you doing really to keep up with the trends? Because at the end of the day, with art, you still need to stay with the trends. You need to go with the wave. So with dance, you cannot be stuck at the dance moves we used to do in 2015. Yes, you can do them, but advance them, you know?
Yeah.
But still, you need to keep up with the trends. That's all I can say.
That's true, by the way. You need to keep up.
By keeping up with the trends, it also helps you to polish your skills. So every time you're keeping up with the trends, watch other dancers, learn from them, do their dance choreographies, you know? You learn from people by picking one or two skills from them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that. Guys, you've heard how it is, how it does, what it is, what it do. The ins and outs of being a good dancer, things that you need to do to keep you in check.
Yeah.
Practice makes perfect. Muscle memory, because I've always wondered by how are they able to like do all these things. They're such a big group. Man, sometimes I'm like, it's such a big group. How does that one know what this one is doing?
Exactly.
Because before I used to think it's just you watch your partner and then you try and, but yeah, so.
I used to be like you at some point as well. I used to be like you. I'm like, how are they doing this? You
Yeah.
know, it's fascinating until I got to learn, you know. These guys be practicing every other time. They don't, okay, I'm not going to say they don't sleep. They do sleep, yes, but they practice every other time. It
Yeah.
becomes a part of you guys. And then you can definitely work. Like I said, dance, it's all about listening to the beats. It will work with any other choreo, any other song you play for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But therefore, the people, there's people who have like honestly met and the beats and their movements are not matching at all. So guys, people like that, you can go and like watch his content. I'll make sure that he can mention his social media where you can go and check him out, his videos, his content, promote him, follow him and all of that. It's been a really, really good show. I've really loved learning everything from Ian. There's parts of dance that I didn't know, like that's the way they go. And like just having him here in studio and talking about it is absolutely perfect because we get to learn about, okay, he or she is in this field. How does it work? Because sometimes somebody is just in a field and you see they really do it really good, but you don't know how it works around that. So it's been really, really nice having you in studio today.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's such a pleasure. I've learned so much from you and we continue to learn every day. Before we're done, I would love you to just introduce yourself, your social media.
Yes,
I mean, yes,
social.
where people can like get you.
Well, if you're trying to find your boy DC the Dark Cappuccino, you can always find me on Instagram at Ian_Baraka13. That's on Instagram and TikTok, of course.
Remind them about the radio show.
Hey, and of course, do not forget the radio show, the Rebel Show. You know, you guys are probably wondering what up. That's what we do in the show. So the Rebel Show catches every Thursday from 3 to 6 p.m. where we give you vibes, you know, it's all about vibes and inshallah. Nice banter there, some good music. Yeah, and also definitely if you want to find your boy on YouTube. But your boy is trying to start some project out here when it comes to dance also. So I started working with kids.
Yeah.
So very soon, stay tuned for that. I'm soon to post a project that I worked on some weeks ago. It's just that I've been busy shooting content here and there. You know, as a journalist, you're here, you're there. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I will definitely plug that on my Insta. But besides that, it's all love, you know?
Thank you so much for being here. Art Club, it's a pleasure to welcome you back again, and thank you so much for being here.
I appreciate it.
Guys, we have come to the end of the show. I hope you've had a good one. I hope you've also learned, as I was learning about this dance and the dance world and everything that has to do with dance. It's been amazing. It's been great. I hope that you can go and also catch the uncut and edited version of this interview on YouTube. That is at GBS TV Africa. Remember, I've been your host for today, Val Wanyoike. You can also catch me on my socials at Val_Wanyoike. It's been a good one. Have a good night, and I'll see you on next week's show.
Yeah, yeah, oh, oh, yeah, yeah, oh, oh, yeah.